Black men get the white women that other white men genuinely do not want. You don't get the top of the line white women. You don't. You get leftovers. Look at most of our celebrities. They did not marry women who came from the richest white families. Black money and white money don't behave the same. New black money will jump on any poor white girl and make her a billionaire, Tiger Woods. Rich white woman, rich white money doesn't operate that way. No interracial relationship is acceptable because we have too many black women who are unmarried. Black women are the largest population on the planet Earth. If you can't find one in America, get it from Africa. If you can't get it from Africa, go to the Caribbean, go to Canada, go to Europe. Why would a black man need to copulate, build a family with anything other than a black woman when you have so many black women available? It is an exercise in self-hatred. There's no way to get around it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as per the title, guys, you can see in today's video we're going to be talking about none other than the Dusty Neo. You guys know Neo is the typical self-hating black male that unfortunately, prior to him becoming Neo as we know him today, unfortunately, he was in a very long relationship with a black woman by the name of Moneta. Basically, they had an agreement after they had kids. Basically, she said that she was going to go and she was going to have her tubes tied. Neo, he also was supposed to go and get hair procedure done so that they wouldn't be able to have any more kids. Little did Moneta know that the deceitful, dusty male that he is, he didn't follow through with the procedure. So after that, I'm so happy that finally Moneta, she went on, she moved on. She found a zaddy. Now she's not a baby mama like what Neo made her, but she's married to this man. She seemed to be very happy. And this is where his preference, Crystal, came into the whole situation. Also, Moneta basically came out and said there were overlap between when she finally decided to walk away from the narcissist Neo and when he got with his preference Crystal. Crystal also, she were coming out here, you know, doing what this woman does, which is basically trying to prove to you as a black woman that they're basically the perfect match for these male. I think what is so comical about that is that we will continuously see these women out here putting on this show when once these relationships come to a demise, which we literally know that it's only a matter of time, because like I have told you guys before, these male aren't able to sustain any type of healthy relationship. You as a black woman, neither with this woman that they claim to be their preference, right? So basically, after Neo and his preference Crystal marriage came to an end, hard that I say marriage because yes, they're always gonna come out here and they're always gonna marry the preference, but they're always gonna make the black woman the single baby mama. But nonetheless, like I said, at the end, Moneta, she got the last laugh, and as they say, he that laugh last best, right? So like I said, Moneta, she's out here thriving, she have her kids, she seemed to be very happy. She's in a marriage now with one of the male that basically dominate the males that look like Neo. Once his marriage came to a demise with his preference Crystal, she basically came out here and told us how he was cheating on her throughout their entire marriage, which I think it is quite interesting because you guys know these women, they will always be out here putting up a facade. And this is why I tell you guys, black male and these non-black women, they're literally a piece in a pod, because one, the only reason why these two group of people tend to get together in their delusional mind is literally only to prove a point to you as a black woman, which I think it is quite ludicrous, because think about it, guys. These male continuously come out here and try to tell you as a black woman that they have all of these options within these other group of women, as if us as black women, we don't have those same options. And I'm so happy to see there's more and more black women going out here and exercising those precise options. But nonetheless, Neo, we already know that Neo is despicable. Neo is literally the typical self-hating black male that got more money than they ever thought that they would accomplish. But nonetheless, he now has came out here and talk about how polygamy is basically the way of life for him, because he said why he was in a marriage with his preference Crystal, he was out here lying. He was basically carrying on this facade when in reality he just wanted to be degenerate. He just wanted to go out here and live out his fantasy on having multiple women. Don't get me wrong, like I said, once their divorce came to an end, she basically came out here and said that this male was cheating on her throughout the entirety of their relationship. But like the saying say, right? How you get him is how you lose him. Just like I told you guys, Moneta basically came out here and alluded to the fact that there were an overlap between when her and Neo relationship ended and when he got with his preference Crystal. Nonetheless, listen to what this despicable man had to say about monogamy and about him faking, about him lying, basically just living out his true self. Listen to what Neo had to say, and then we will come back with more.
I am not shitting on marriage. I am not shitting on anyone who has figured out how to make that thing work for them. Again, everything's not for everybody. Monogamy's for you. It's not for me. I realize this. I know this now. And it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I realized I spent so much time lying and trying to be somebody that I wasn't for the sake of somebody else. Complete and utter time wasted when I could have just been exactly who I am, said exactly what I want, exactly how I'm rocking, exactly how I'm not, and then waited for those people to gravitate to me.
So there you have it. And I do have to commend him for coming out here and finally living within his truth. If there's woman that crazy enough to go out here and want to participate in being one of his many women, okay, that is fine. But Black woman, this is what I'm going to continuously come out here and caution y'all about. When these Black male come out here telling you that these non-Black women, they're feminine, fit, and friendly, y'all know all of the outdated rhetoric that they continue to spew. Please just disregard anything that these male had to say, because at the end of the day, these male can only keep up for their facade for a certain period of time. We know that eventually their mask is going to fall off because they're going to get very comfortable. They're going to feel like they already have the woman. They don't have to pretend anymore. This is why I think us as Black women, whenever we see one of these male, whether it's in a high profile relationship or it's just one of the dusty that we see in our day-to-day life, just sit back, relax, enjoy the show, because we already know that eventually we're bound to find out what was going on behind closed door, because we have seen it repeatedly. Whenever these relationships come to an end, mind you, we know it's for the most part it's not going to go past 2 years. I mean, GC and Jeannie Mai. Nonetheless, whenever that time comes, we can always count on these preferences to come out here and tell us the truth that was going on behind closed door. Because Crystal, even though she was out here trying to flex on Moneta, she were literally sitting back having this man cheat on her the entire time. All because she had a point that she wanted to prove to this Black woman. And this is what I'm going to continue to say. Us as Black women, we always just have to disregard these male and their self-hatred. Eventually, we're going to see the truth. It is going to come to light because, like I said, Kanye West came out here and say once his preference filed for divorce, he came out and say living with her was like living in hell. GC, basically, we saw his Ling Ling. She came out here and say that he was abusing her throughout the entirety of their 2 years marriage, mind you. And I mean, we already know that the list goes on and on. Black woman, once again, at the end of the day, there's nothing that these males say that should affect you, because in the bigger scheme of life, Black woman, these males can't really provide you with basic necessities. So at the end of the day, I'm not really sure why you all are still entertaining them to begin with. But nonetheless, guys, this is all that I have to say on this whole predicament. But I would love to hear what you guys have to say about Neo coming out here and admitting that once he was married to his preference, he was basically out here keeping up a facade. He said he was lying. He basically said that he was doing whatever it took for him to continue to put on this facade, when in reality, he just wanted to be able to cheat in peace. Nonetheless, guys, what are your thoughts and opinion, or please get in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys to my next one. Bye, guys.
Black women, it's time to hold ourselves accountable because we are reaping what we sowed. We have lied and gassed black men up for centuries, letting them think that they are kings with no kingdoms, letting them think that they are the emperor when they are naked. And now we are dealing with the consequences of those actions. Instead of being honest with black men and requiring them to do better for not only themselves, but the community that they helped create, we have allowed them to tear it apart and then put it back together quietly behind their backs and then still let them get the credit for it.